Coach, how do you sum up what happened out there today?
Yeah, disappointing loss.
You explained the decision there on the grand field goal, not going for it, and went into that?
Yeah, kick a field goal there, then they have 24 seconds with no timeouts, and they need a touchdown, so counted that. I'm making a field goal, and then they'd have 24 seconds with no timeouts, so I have to drive at the length, and our defense was playing really good all game, so that's why I made the decision.
The flip side is to say,
yeah, there's always a flip side. Yep, I understand what it is.
That the game it still doesn't end the game, right? You had a chance to, why not take the opportunity there to end the game by getting the 1 yard?
Yeah, I mean, hindsight, I understand the question, completely legit question, but that's a decision that we made to try to kick a field goal at Graham, and our defense was, they were like 0 for 12 on third down. They were playing really good, and that's a decision we made. It didn't work out.
Is Graham healthy?
Yeah, Graham's all right.
Brian, wouldn't trust in your defense embolden you to go for it?
What's that?
In that type of situation, trust in your defense?
Well, then they need a field goal to tie. I mean, there's so many different things. If they go down and get a field goal, we didn't get it. I felt comfortable with what we talked about. Didn't work out, and disappointed.
Coach, what was the real plan behind Tommy DeVito the last 2 weeks? Because it seems as though you didn't trust him on the field. If that's the case, then he didn't throw a lot. Why didn't you bring in somebody like Matt Barkley, who was experienced? Because Tyrod's not necessarily, he's very familiar with injury. Yeah, I'd say this.
This game, I kind of figured this is the way the game would be played out. So we were going to run the ball regardless. The weather conditions, the way our defense was playing, we knew it would be kind of a fourth quarter game. So that's felt comfortable with him, obviously running the offense. But again, the plan was, we were going to keep it on the ground quite a bit, based on the weather and based on how we thought the game was going to be played out, and it played out pretty much the way we thought it was going to be played out. Just came up short.
How's Tyrod doing? Is he back here?
No, he went to the hospital. Yeah, I don't have any update on him, Jordan. Prayers go out to him. I hope he's okay.
Did you get a chance to speak to him before he left, or when he came to the sideline?
No, I was going to the sideline. He went kind of right down. The trainers took him. They took him right in. So right now he's there. That's what they tell me.
Do you know how bad Waller's injury is?
I don't. Just the hamstring. Yeah.
You obviously bottled them up in the ball game, like you said, up until that last drive. What happened on them to get the two big completions? Did you soften the coverage? Or?
Yeah. The one we had the DPI there at the overtime. The other one kind of lost it. He got outside of the contain and threw it up there. Made a couple good plays.
Coach, with Tyrod's injury and Graham Gano missing field goals left and right, and that report coming out about the swollen leg, is it the plan tomorrow to bring in a couple quarterbacks like you did, and also maybe a new couple kickers? Yeah,
I understand the question. I'm not there yet. I'm just, we talk every Monday morning, so it's not right now.
What do you tell the guys afterwards, and what's their mindset after a game like today?
Yeah, so it was a tough loss. This one hurts.
What do you think was the problem with the passing game? So you finished with -9 yards net passing.
We ran it almost every play.
Why is that? What was the thinking behind that for you?
Weather, control the game. Thought our defense was going to play well. Figured it'd be a close game. Saquon had some good runs. We had some opportunities. Just trying to win the game. A little bit of an old school way today.
Brian, if Daniel's not ready, what's your plan for quarterback next week?
Yeah, well, I can't give it to you right now.
What did you think when Matt Barkley and Ian both came to visit them?
Yeah, I'm not there, Jordan. We'll talk about that stuff tomorrow when we sit down with Joe and the rest of the guys. It's this one hurts. It's a tough loss.
Dibs, there were times where it looked like Saquon was trying to will the offense. What did you think of how he did play today?
Yeah, no, he played hard. I told the guys at halftime we're going through 26. We're going to hand it off a bunch. We're going to play good defense. We're going to try to control the field position with our kicking game. We drove down there. It was a long drive there in the third quarter, and just play it. Kind of play it a certain way to try to win the game. It just didn't work out.
Coach, you've been around the game for a while. Have you had a disappointing loss like this before, and how did you?
They're all disappointing. Yeah, every loss is disappointing.
defense all day. How stunned were you that they were able to get in the field goal range in 24 seconds?
Yeah, no, they did a good job. Give them credit. Not much else for you.
What was the feel in the locker room afterwards from your players?
Disappointed.
4th and 1 in the second quarter, where you took them.
Same situation. Points. We were trying to get points down. So when we got down into the area, we thought that we were in good field position. We were gonna take points. So it didn't work out.
You said Graham is good. I mean, I think the art that he needs surgery on his left knee. Do you think that's affecting him at all?
Yeah, I don't know. Going into it, we felt comfortable with him.
Did losing Waller early affect any of your game planning?
Anytime you lose a good player, it affects your game plan. Sure. Down to one tight end, and Marcus played some tight end that Bish was going through with him during the week. But that's not an excuse. We didn't get it done.
Is there a concern Waller's going to be lost for several weeks?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Does an offense sometimes need you to put confidence in them to get a 4th and 1? Like, is that intangible part of a decision like that at all?
Yeah, look, I made a decision I thought was the best for the team. It didn't work out. So at the end of the day, I took responsibility, but I thought it was the best for the team, and that's the way I'll always make them.
Coach, have you recognized that some of those decisions over the last 2 weeks, even going back to Buffalo, kind of like been the difference? Some of those low scoring, very close games where it's like 4th and inches, 4th and 1. Maybe you could continue the momentum.
Yeah, every decision that you make, you try to make for the best interest of the team in that particular game. That's what we'll always do. Sometimes it doesn't work out, so I accept responsibility for that. But, you sit down, you have discussions, you talk about it on the headset, and then you make a decision. And that's what you need to do. So it didn't work out. We still had, a few seconds there at the end to try to stop them and, give them credit. But, disappointing loss.
How do you think Tommy handled himself? Obviously, it was his first NFL game action in regards to
I mean, we handed off a bunch, but it controlled the huddle. He's made progress since he's been here, but didn't throw it much, obviously.
How much a reflection of the game plan in the second half was DeVito being at quarterback or your game plan?
Well, I would say it was a collective how the defense was playing. We tried to play a field position game, control the ball, run the ball. Came out and had a good drive there and not turn it over. We had a couple little actions here or there that we won. We threw one to Bellinger. We threw one out into the flat, but was really to rely on Saquon, the offensive line, our defense, and play field position in terms of the kicking game. And they did an outstanding job on their units. We were backed up 3 times, I think, which is a long, hard way against that defense too. So also controlling the ball in terms of not giving it to them in a backed up field, a short field, something happens. So we were playing, I'd say, a conservative game. It just didn't work out, at the end.
You see what you didn't want returning.
I fielded the ball and made some good plays with it.
Sitting 2 and 6, trade deadlines 2 days away. Does that where you guys stand? Do you think that affects how you'll handle the next 2 days?
Yeah, I understand the question. I'm not there yet to talk about that, Dan.
What did ownership think of today's game when you talked to them?
Yeah, I'll keep all that stuff that we talk about between us, Pat. Obviously, nobody's happy we lose. So when you lose, it's disappointing. But good conversations, normal conversations.
Tommy, what was today like for you?
A lot of emotions. Wish it would have ended, better to fulfill those emotions. But, I was the little kid in me is smiling right now that I got to play an NFL game and really in a meaningful NFL game. And, I just wish the outcome would have been different.
What was going through your head as you saw Tyrod kind of down and you started taking those warm-up passes?
Yeah, hoping that he's healthy, and everything's going well. I don't have any updates with that or anything, but, just it's time to go. It's kind of the same thing that Tyrod has been telling me about from how he prepares and what goes through his head, because it's tough. Like, you never know what play it is, what time it is, if it's going to happen, if it's not going to happen. So there's a tough part about staying ready and being ready for that role, which is what makes that position so difficult. So I thought Tyrod did a good job helping me throughout these last couple of months being here, and just when he went down, everybody just looked at me and we were all good and we were going to go through what our game plan was.
wish that maybe you would have passed a little bit more, or did you just say, look, it's my first NFL game, I want to leave it up to the coach. Coach knows best.
Yeah, I mean, plays called, and my job is just to go out there and execute and help lead the offense.
Who were you turning to on the bench during the game? You mentioned relying on Tyrod, but when he's not there for you to talk to him.
Yeah, really with John Michael for the center, and then Saquon. You know, that was part of our game plan, and clearly he carried the load of the offense really the whole second half. So really just relying on those two, making sure the communication was good, and then being able to execute the offense.
How much did the game plan change going from Tyrod to you and using the run more?
I don't think it was too drastic. Obviously, we had some injuries and people get banged up, people were out, which kind of affected some things. But like I said again, whatever play is called, they call it, I haul it. Just make sure everything's set and go out and execute it.
Obviously, you didn't get the win, but what did it mean for you to get your first touchdown?
It was cool. I kind of blacked out at the time. Not really sure what happened. They said they had the ball in the back, but you know, would have felt a little sweeter with the victory in the end. But you know, blessed to be in the situation, and I'll cherish it.
Speak to your family at all yet?
Say it again.
You speak to your family at all yet?
I did not know.
You mentioned you were turning to Saquon and JMS. What were they telling you after the game?
Just be you, continue to be you, and just, you know, they had my back through everything, and you know, that I played a great game. But in my eyes, I mean, there's definitely things to correct. But I'll just look forward to the film tomorrow.
Put this into words, today's loss.
Yeah, this one definitely stings. We played a really good team. Got hats off to the Jets. Defense played great. O-line battled their tails off. Tommy came and did a great job. We came up short.
Can you believe you lost this game, Saquon? I mean, you know, it was, Kayvon makes that sack. It's 24 seconds left. Keep lining up the field goal. And can you believe so many things that have happened for you to lose this game? Can you believe you lost it?
Yeah, I guess I can because we lost. In that moment, you know, everything's going your way, and you feel like the games we can finish the game. We just got to do a better job of finding a way to win that game. You know, there's so many players out there that we want to have back, and especially myself, and you know, start by going and watching film and see what I could do better and what we could do better.
Were you surprised? Were you surprised with the field goal at the end of 4th and 1? Were you hoping to maybe get the ball there in that situation?
I mean, it's 4th and 1. I mean, I could sit here and be like, oh, I want the ball in that situation, but we got nothing but trust in Graham, and we're going to continue to have trust in Graham. And to be honest, I could have got the first down in the play before. Got to drop my feet a little bit more, or some other play I could have found a way to get a first down. You know, you could sit here and pick and choose, the 4th and 1, that decision, or what should we have done there or not, and you can make that the play. But there's so many plays that go throughout a game that you know, helps with the decision of how the game turns out, and just got to be better, all of us.
What was it like when Tommy went in there, that transition?
I think he did great. He was cool, calm, collected. The tough defense to go against for your first time. He was able to get in the end zone. He's a local kid. Probably felt great for him. And you know, just disappointed we couldn't get the win from him. Came close, but didn't get it done.
You knew, you were told at halftime, you know, the ball's basically going through you here. You knew it would be difficult, right? You know, I mean, they're going to stack it. You're going to get the ball and get the ball and get the ball. I mean, what kind of a challenge was that? You know, knowing 36 carries, a lot of carries.
It's football. Really, that's really my answer. It's football. It wasn't.
It's an unusual game. You know what I mean? With basically not throwing the ball.
Yeah, I mean, you would think it would be a little different, but we were in a situation where that's what we were going to do. I was made aware of it, and I was all for it, and came up short.
Saquon, what's your message to your teammates after a game like this?
They know what it is already. We're definitely talking about that this week, but we're still in the fight. Everything we want out there is still there. So we've got to watch film, get better, and improve.
Saquon, you've been on the losing end of games that are emotional at the end. How does this one compare, considering everything that was kind of at stake for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it stings, but a loss is a loss, no matter how it goes down. Still a loss. and you still got to be professional about it, and you still got to come to work tomorrow and get ready for the next week. And that's National Football League.
How important is it for this team to get back Daniel sooner rather than later? Obviously, he's your starting quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, DJ's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He's our starting quarterback. He's our leader. So, you know, I don't want to speak for him, but whenever he's able to get back out there, definitely going to be helpful, and we're going to do what we can to help him make his job easier.
What's his presence in a game like today? You see him on the sidelines.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in that position. It's hard to lead, in a sweatshirt and a hoodie and shorts. But he did a great job. I think he did a really good job, especially when Tyrod went down, and keeping Tommy cool and being in his ear and talking to him and helping him out, giving him advice. And that's what we expect from DJ. He's a heck of a guy, heck of a quarterback, heck of a leader. And whenever we ever get him back, we know he's gonna be ready to roll.
Do you hate not going for it on 4th and 1, given who you are and knowing what you can do?
Yeah, like I said, I can sit here and we could talk about that decision all day. And we have Graham Gano, one of the greatest kickers of all time, to be honest. That's life. Sometimes it don't go your way, but we're going to continue to have faith in him. We have faith in him coming into that moment. We're going to continue to have faith in him after that moment. So that's football. That's life. It didn't go our way, and that's the situation. But as a competitor, yeah, you want the ball, but I'm not going to harp in that situation. I got to find a way to get the first time before that. Yeah.
Does it surprise you at all from Brian's standpoint? Because he's shown to be an aggressive coach before. Obviously, your defense playing great. There's a lot of factors that go into it. But does it surprise you at all that maybe even especially the first one early in the game?
No. I mean, he's going to do whatever he can to put our team in the best situation. And we're going to rock with him with any decision that he makes. What will you guys do? Our defense playing lights out. We have a really good kicker. I rock with his call. Yeah. He made a decision.
Is there ever an opportunity where you see, Coach being conservative on multiple 4th and shorts, and you go back into the break and, kind of talk that over as far as, okay, we're a 2-5 team, or is there like a conference around those situations if you ever were to get in again as the game evolves as far as player and coach?
No, I mean, we have those conversations in leadership council with the captains and coaches. We go through situations, and sometimes we vote on what we would do in a situation and what we wouldn't do. We have all faith and confidence in Dave's and his decision. He's going to do whatever he can to put the team in the best situation to win a football game, and that's the call he made. And if we execute as players, we wouldn't be talking about that call. But that happens. Football didn't happen. We can't be there and put our head down. We got to find a way to make a stop. Or when we get the ball on offense, we can't come out and get negative plays, and put ourselves in bad situations. And that's how that's how NFL works. You got to have each other back, and we didn't do that, especially on the offensive side of the ball with the way the defense played today.
Saquon, is there any feeling in here that this room could look a little different on Wednesday based on this result and where the season is?
Nah, I mean, if anyone is, they didn't grow up. It's the NFL. You can't control that. It's business. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Obviously, we want everyone that's here to continue to be here. Everything we still want is out there. We're still in the fight. We're gonna get healthier. We're gonna get some of our guys back, and we gotta make a run at this thing.
What do you make of 2-6 at basically the midway point of the season after you were a playoff team last year and coming off of now a disappointing loss?
Yeah, not ideal, not where we want to be. We could easily be 3-5 or whatever the math is, 4-5, losing 2 close games to Buffalo and to the Jets. But you can't sit here, you can't pout. Like I said, everything is still there. We're still in the fight. We can still go out there and give us a chance to compete in the playoffs and compete for a championship. That's what that's every team goal. And the start of the season is also there. So I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to keep believing, keep trusting the coaches, keep trusting the system, keep trusting my teammates, and lead and try to get this thing back on the right track.
Saquon, there was a portion of that game where in the press box it looked like you were just going to take it out. You were really dominant for a period. Is it harder to lose a game like this where you gave what you did on the field that way?
No, I don't really look at it that way. A loss is a loss. This one stings a little bit more, obviously, because how how close it was, and almost coming away with it and against the Jets, to be honest. But a loss is a loss. Got to go back, see what we could do better as a team, so I could do better as a player, and get ready for Vegas.
Rhythm-wise, am I onto something there, though? The way that you
Yeah, I mean,
as
a back, when you start getting downhill and you start making guys miss and start falling forward, you definitely get a rhythm. You get that juice inside you. It's kind of like anything in life. But yes, hats off to the offensive line. Hats off to Tommy. Everyone in the stadium knew we were going to run the ball, and that's tough to do, especially in this level in this league. And they did a great job of making me look good.
With your dad as a Jets fan, did he send you a text already?
No, I haven't talked to him. Hopefully, my dad's a good dad. I think he knows this one stings a little bit, so he'll probably be picking me up and giving me some words of encouragement.
Kayvon, what's the most disappointing aspect of this game to have that lead late?
I mean, you just got to finish. NFL is a game of finishing, and they were able to execute at the end of the game and get enough points to win.
You played all over the football field today. Does that make you feel even worse here because you gave the effort and the tearing and the team didn't get the win?
Nah, man. It's a team sport. It is devastating that we didn't get the win, but it takes all of us. So we just got to keep going.
You said you got to finish. Did you think with 24 seconds to go, it was pretty much finished at that point?
It's the NFL. It's not over to the lady sing. So we just got to finish better on the defense.
Can you believe after the way the defense played for 59 minutes and 30-something seconds that you didn't get the win?
Yeah, man. Quarterback made some great plays, and they got enough to keep the field going.
Kayvon, what was different about his ability to escape and buy time on the last two drives where they were able to get the points?
We just got to make plays. I don't think he did anything, anything crazy. For them it's a routine play. For us it's a routine play. It's just about who executes it, at a higher level.
Feeling when you guys went on the field there with 20-something seconds left, regulation?
What was the feel? Just get the game over with. That's it.
Why weren't you able to do that?
Made a couple plays, scrambled, extended the play, was able to make them.
Were you guys in a prevent at that point? Were you just not trying to give up big plays?
No, we actually went outside, playing outside man. Yeah, ran a D7. He was running D7. That's what he ran. To go through the plays, breaking out, seeing the quarterback scramble, gave me a little nudge, went back inside, boom, catch the ball, and get the clock it, and get the field goal to go on OT. So I wasn't no prevent, none of that. We was an outside man-to-man. Yeah.
How strange was it to see Graham miss not once but twice and kicks?
Yeah. It was, I won't say strange, just different to see. Odd, I guess strange, your words. But at the end of the day, we still rally with him. Pat him on the back, it is what it is. You just got to go out there and execute on the defense. We got to play. Not perfect football, but perfect football, out there. And it didn't happen like that.